One more reminder, the raffle boxes have been brought in, so if anybody didn't get a chance to put any tickets in the raffle, you need to do that. Raise your hand or something, we'll get you some raffle tickets so you can do that while we're going through the rest of the program. It's my honor tonight to introduce David Popoff, the Emergency Management Coordinator for Galveston County, who brings more than 30 years of experience in the first response and emergency management profession. He previously Regional Coordinator for the Texas Division of Emergency Management in the Houston region, which included Houston County, and he worked disasters in Houston County with many of our local first responders. He served as a district coordinator since 2007. Popoff also served as a command level and general staff level position in numerous disasters and emergencies. Prior to joining the TDEM staff, he served as fire marshal and deputy emergency management coordinator for the city of Marble Falls. He previously served as fire marshal for the city of Stafford and as patrol deputy with the Galveston County Sheriff Department. He's coordinated with a number of operations throughout the Texas City Department and the Department of Public Safety. He's completed extensive training in NIMS and ICS. He's been recognized for his work as a trainer and an educator, and he was awarded a Gold Star Trainer Award from the Emergency Management Agency Center for Domestic Preparedness. Please help me welcome Mr. David Popoff.
All right, good evening. I'd like to thank the great service we had. They did an awesome job. That was pretty awesome. I appreciate that. First responders, especially in this county. One first responder in particular actually helped me to get here tonight, and it actually started in 1983. And this gentleman is your Fire Marshal and Emergency Management Coordinator, David Lamb. David, stand up. I'm going to let y'all know. In 1983, I showed up to an emergency management class in Austin, and I met David. We were sitting at a picnic table, I'll leave it at that. And I asked him, I said, I've been a police officer for a long time, all of a year. That's a pretty long time. And I should know everything. I said, but I really want to pursue emergency management. And he gave me some simple thoughts. And those were real simple. Keep it simple. Understand what you're doing and get as much education like we're doing the week that we were up there in 1983 to get that education. And because of that, I've had a 32-year career. David, thank you so much. So, volunteers. I heard this the other day, and it kind of struck home with me. Volunteers and first responders. Volunteers constructed the Ark. Professionals built the Titanic. So again, thank you guys for everything you do. I truly appreciate it. I too was a volunteer firefighter. I want to interview each and every one of you for a job tonight. But before I interview you, I got to talk to you about some things. Okay? This job is an emergency management coordinator. I'm going to talk to you about your jurisdiction and where you're going to be working. You're going to be working in an area that has a population of 300,000 people. You're going to be working in an area that every square inch of your county is an evacuation zone. 2/3 of your county is water. Well, we can't drink it all. It's salt water. 62 miles of coastline. A national laboratory, which somebody decided that would be a perfect place to put a national laboratory that tests all kinds of diseases and different things. And they figured, what a better place to put it than in your jurisdiction out on an island, a barrier island in the Gulf of Mexico. It has 2 seawalls. One of the seawalls that was built in 1903 and was completed in 1933, and we still use it today. And the second one that was built in 1961. And if it fails anytime during a hurricane, not only would we lose lives, but the economic impact to Texas would be huge, to the point that we'd be paying gasoline prices in Houston County would be $10 a gallon if that levee failed. You also have the largest petrochemical complex. You have 2 ports of call, and by the way, there's 4 cruise ships with 3,000 people each that embark or depart from Galveston, and it does it every Sunday and Monday. So you still want the job? Well, that's my world that I live in, and we call it a dynamic threat environment. And it's those things that we do on the coast, and you guys receiving the people that evacuate, because they come here also. They occupy your hotels, they evacuate the coast, and they're evacuated for good reason. So Clay, let's see if this is going to work. I met Clay this morning, seems like a good kid. One of the things that I learned from the gentleman on the slide, both gentlemen on the slide, one is our governor, the other one is the late Jack Hawley, and one of the things that I learned was, the first responders in this room will tell you is how we plan, how we train, and how we exercise is the hallmark of Texas. And both those gentlemen in this picture, Mr. Powley, the man on the left, is deceased, and the governor both believe that. Believe it so much that when I worked for the state of Texas as state coordinator for emergency management, I believe this. And this is something that we do in Galveston, and I can tell you that's something that's done here in Houston County too. Because I've been on the ground with the first responders. I still remember in 2011 how we went to one command post and the fire overran us. We went to another command post, and I said, David, what are we doing? He says, we're getting out of the way. I said, okay, good. Let's just keep getting out of the way. Next slide, Clay. This is a picture of Hurricane Ike as it made landfall. The blue dot in the middle is where I live. 18 feet of storm surge, 110-mile-an-hour winds. Lost our major University of Texas medical branch to the tune of $90 million worth of damage to state infrastructure at the hospital. The emergency room for that hospital is located on the 2nd floor. A wall of mud crashed through the doors of that hospital on the 2nd floor of the building, causing the people there to go to the top of the building to save their lives. And it wasn't, we'd evacuated the hospital patient, but this was the staff that was left behind. Thanks a lot, Clay. This message came out from our weather service. In Galveston, we have a unique situation. The National Weather Service and our Emergency Operations Center are in the same building together. And the message was loud and clear 48 hours before tropical storm force winds reached the coast. And the message was, if you do not leave, you'll face certain death. President Obama said the same thing about Hurricane Sandy. He didn't use the term certain death. What he said was, in a speech to those folks to support the governors for the evacuation was, if you do not leave, you're going to face fatal consequences. Same message. And you know what? The one thing that everybody said when they got off the back of those military trucks that picked them up, whether it was Hurricane Isaac in Clackamas Parish, Louisiana, or Hurricane Sandy, New York, they all said the same thing. We didn't know it was going to be that bad. Did y'all know that Christmas Day was going to be that bad in Houston County? Y'all have any clue? Oh yeah, we had a tornado watch that was in effect. And just a short few minutes later, we actually had tornadoes on the ground in Houston County. And sitting at home watching this, my first phone call was, of course, to David, say, hey, you okay, brother? And he says, yeah, it's a good one. And he was right. This is you need to back up one, Clay. All right, what I want to do now is I want to show you a short video. This is very important to me because keep in mind that as things that you see in this video is going to drive the point home for why I'm here and for why I'm talking to you. And we're going to talk a little bit about change. This is kind of important. So Clay, let's see if it'll work. Clay promised me it would.